Hi, I'm Mike Brewer, pastor of the Blue Ash Presbyterian Church, and this is Mike's midweek message for April 8th, right in the middle of Holy Week. As Empire. Esther is Jewish, but she keeps her faith and her secret from the king and from everyone against the Jewish people. An impending persecution that will claim probably thousands and thousands of innocent lives. Esther faces a dilemma. She might be able to turn aside this persecution, but in order to do so, she must take a great risk and reveal herself to be a Jew. Uncertain of what to do, Esther seeks out the counsel of her wise uncle Mordecai. Mordecai urges Esther to do the right thing and says to her, "Who knows, Esther, it may be that you came into the world for just such a time as this." I love that notion, that Esther came into the world for that critical moment when God placed her where he wanted her to be. You know, in many ways, this pandemic will be the defining moment for a generation. The current version of what was World War II or Depression for people of earlier times. And many of us are wondering, what do we do? How do we respond? How can we be proactive in such difficult times? Well, here's what I know for sure. I know this pandemic did not catch God off guard. God was not surprised by this. And when God was knitting you together in your mother's womb and setting the moment for your birth, God intended for you to be here and now, where you are in the midst of this pandemic, which is to say that God is inviting you to do your part in what's happening in the world right now. While this is probably not your only purpose, it could well be that God put you here for just such a moment as this. Now, people are responding in all sorts of wonderful ways to the needs of the moment. I know folks who are making masks to help protect other people. I know folks who are giving blood to make up for the huge deficit from all the canceled blood drives. I know folks who are helping people get to the doctor who could not get there on their own. Just this morning, a woman said to me that she has an elderly friend who is not computer savvy, and she's going to call her friend and offer to order her friend's groceries online on her behalf, so that all that the elderly woman will need to do is drive to the grocery store and have her groceries placed in her car, making herself safer as well as the folks at the grocery store safer. Now, I don't know what your calling might be. I don't know what God is inviting you to do right now. Maybe you are a caregiver and you are exactly where you need to be already, and God is inviting you to, with grace and with love and with acceptance, that this is your task right now. Or maybe you are all alone at home, watching more TV than you normally would, killing time, and God is inviting you to find creative and faithful ways to redeem this extra time that you find placed in your hands now. Maybe our calling at the moment has to do with relationships. We all have friends, we have family members, we have folks we know from church and from organizations. Maybe that is where God is pointing us right now. You know, we are talking a lot about social distancing right now, but as a fellow who loves words, I want to say that that's not really accurate. What we are practicing is physical distancing. But there is no need for social distancing, not for anyone who has a telephone or email or the chance to set up a Zoom chat, or anyone who has the wherewithal to write a note and address it and put a stamp on it and drop it in your mailbox. I wonder who there is out there right now who would love to hear from you, who would love to hear your voice, who would love to get a note, who would love to know that you were checking in on them, someone perhaps that you should say thank you to. Thank you for something they've contributed to your life, or maybe just a heartfelt thank you for being who that person is. As I say, I can't figure this out for you. I'm busy trying to figure it out for me. But I hope you will give this some thought. You and I are here and now where God has placed us, and God did that intentionally. I believe with some silence and some sitting in the presence of God and some prayer and some thoughtfulness, you will receive the guidance you need to make a difference in the world. If you can't fix things, maybe you can make things better. Maybe your actions and your presence can shed a little light in these dark times. I believe that, and I hope you'll give that a try. Thanks for being with me today. I look forward to seeing you soon. In the meanwhile, be strong, be safe, be faithful. Have a good week, and I'll check you out later. Bye.